Good morning, everybody. Good evening. Good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. Really appreciate it. What's up, Jacob Tanjay? Thank you, man. I really appreciate your dedication. We ever meet, man, dinner's on me. All my fourth quarter members, what's up, Jeffrey Town? He said, trick number one, pressing the light and getting seated in the front row. What's up, I love LaChine? Raymond, what's up? What's up, Kaz? I saw where your buddy Asian Jim Adventures is in the Philippines. I might try to collab with him. But I told you a few months ago, I said Jim's coming back to the Philippines. He loves his wife, man. He's trying to get that situated. What's up, Cisco? All my old heads, what's up, Lister? He said it's going to be a good one. If it's anything like the video, he was 100% accurate. We all have our own perspective and opinion, man. It's just the way I see it. It's 2026. What's up, Mike Alexander? We're not taking no bullshit from people. Reality is set in, man. This is it for a lot of us. You better be happy. Like he called them guys. I put it on my community page. It was A Peaceful Life is the name of the vlog. It's the name of the channel he was talking about. He called them jelly bags. And I thought it was hilarious. I said, man, you need to trademark that. That's going to be the term of 2026. I got another term, though. Trisexuals is what I call them. Any new viewers and subscribers, welcome. And anybody catching this on replay, what's up, Blizzard Abroad? The peso is 58.82. And of course, the topic is, it ain't tricking if you got it, part 2. But we want to, let's just talk a little bit about it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot on this invasion of Venezuela and what that could mean for Americans abroad. You know, they said that it was a law enforcement, operation, which, if that's the case, you have no jurisdiction in Venezuela. We all know what it's about. It's not about drugs, because the overwhelming majority of drugs flowing into America are flowing not through Venezuela, but Mexico and Colombia. It's really what I like to call the Christopher Columbus doctrine. Go back and realize why they sent Christopher Columbus out to discover the new world in the first place. It's the same thing that's going on now. It doesn't matter if it's the Democrats or Republicans. Their world is falling apart. So they got to go out and conquer other worlds to prop that illusion up. It's called imperialism. That's really what it's all about, man. But I've been watching some videos. They're saying, man, if you over in Colombia and those places like that, be careful. They may be looking for some soft targets out there, guys. But I don't really know. It's just a sad day, man. Honestly, he comes in office as the peace president. But that's all it is, imperialism. It's about the oil, and, you go in there and you kidnap the man and his wife, but then you don't bother the vice president. Now, if the president is a drug dealer, don't you think that the vice president probably is a drug dealer too? It's crazy, man. I'll be glad when this guy's years is up. Because and the only people applauding this stuff, I seen some friends of mine on Facebook, because you ain't fighting. You're not boots on the ground over there or whatever it is it's going to take. You just like that president. Draft dodgers. You ain't fighting nobody, but you quick to send somebody else in there bragging about the military. I don't like it, but I'm not going to lose no sleep over it because they're going to do what they're going to do in office. But it's all it is the same reason Christopher Columbus was sent out. Okay? They were in the dark ages over there. Their world was collapsing. So he had to go out and find more territory to expand. This is all it is with America, man. The dollar and all that's being propped up, it's an illusion. So they got to go out, man. Venezuela has the world's biggest oil reserves, more than Saudi Arabia. Okay? But don't be waiting for no free oil. You ain't going to get no damn free oil. This is for the elites, man, of the world. Got nothing to do with you. Hey, what's up? He said, I'm retiring there in 64 days, Cal. I can't wait. I hear you, man. That's what I did the video yesterday. It went over people's heads. I was just really saying, guys, it's not that bad over here. Okay, I wouldn't be here. This is my recurring theme that whenever I push back, if you think I'm playing, look on your feed, man. You're going to see 4, 5, 6 videos, people bashing the Philippines. Oh, I left the Philippines for good. Why are expats leaving the Philippines? And, beauty's not enough. I saw 5 yesterday. That's all. And they talk about the tourism numbers. Where else do you go on vacation and you worry about the tourism numbers? That's no concern of yours, unless you work for the tourism department. What is it with us, man? Why are we so damn silly like that? And you're going to argue back and forth. Oh, Malaysia's got more. The Thailand's got more. The Philippines at the bottom. Okay, what difference does that make to you? What concern of that is to you? You don't go anywhere else and worry about that. I've never worried about those numbers till I got on YouTube. And hear this foolishness, man. It's foolishness. Childish. That has nothing to do with you. Why are you so concerned about it? Yeah, jellybags, transsexuals, and then those delusional women over in America, see? We still think that American women are the standard. If you're watching this and you think that American women are the standard, you're part of the problem. How dare you go outside America to look for a woman or a wife or whatever it is, or to have a good time or to do anything? We're only 4% of the population, guys, of the Earth's population. There's a whole lot of life out here. But we think if it ain't in America, the hell with it. But if you still think American women are the cream of the crop, you're part of the problem. They only represent 2% of the women on Earth. If you want to limit yourself to that, okay. Those are the people who are coming after you. And like you said, those jellybacks, those trisexuals. I call them trisexuals because they pussy watchers, dick watchers, and pocket watchers. Oh, she's a single mother. She's a 304. What? It's none of your damn business, man. Man, your own damn business. You know, they worry about who these women are jumping into bed with. Hey, Blizzard, brother, thanks for that super chat. He said, to a prosperous 2026, brother. Man, for everybody on here, that's why I told you my last live stream is about getting better, stronger, becoming a human magnet. We want to attract everything we desire into our lives. But you got to start today. Yeah, he's over in, I saw the last video he made. He said he needed a break, a change of pace. But no, don't let these guys tell you that the Philippines is some shithole. It's not. And I don't know who they are. Why would you hang around this? Always the same old tired arguments, man. You don't go anywhere else on vacation and wonder, well, where do they rate as far as tourists, right? That's the craziest argument I've ever heard. What's up, Johnny? He said the United States better stop attacking other countries. We already got our ass handed to us by Vietnam, remember? Yeah. And see, it's just making China look even closer to Taiwan. But look at the hypocrisy that we're talking about with Russia and Ukraine. Okay, the only ones who are doing this are these imperialists. Russia, the United States, Israel. Okay? It's all under this Christopher Columbus doctrine. Their societies are falling apart. Their economies are really falling apart. So they have to go out and conquer other lands. It's the same reason that Christopher Columbus was sent out on his journey. And they've been following that doctrine ever since. They ain't invading no white countries, man. It's all brown and black countries. When I was in the Navy, we invaded Grenada. We invaded Panama. Okay, it's white supremacy. Just call it what it is, guys. Don't be afraid to call it what it is. That's all it is, man. Trump's a white supremacist. Okay? But I don't want to talk about it because it's really not going to change anything. But let's call it for what it is. So then they claim that they're stockpiling military and weapons over here in the Philippines so that China won't invade Taiwan. Y'all hypocrites, man. Hey, what's up, Sheldon? But yeah, the minute you decide I'm going to spread my wings and leave these old Sallies back there, because remember, as men in the West, we can't win for losing. No matter what we do, it's not good enough. They don't want you screwing their grandmother. Well, that's who you want me to date. But you get mad if I'm blowing, granny's back out. But the minute you decide to do it, they coming for you. You a trick. You an old trick. You weak. You can't get a woman here. They all up in your business. Like, shut the fuck up and man your own business, man. That's all I'm saying. Then you date a single mother. He's with a single mother. Oh, you get a divorce. You done divorced that old woman over there. Oh, he left his family. Oh, he got married again. He's 62. He got married. Why do you do that? You stupid. Oh, he's having children at 60. What are you doing that for? The age gap. Stop dating and marrying them young women. You can't do nothing. They snipping up your ass. Okay? Yeah, they old Sallies, But if you will go over there and try to blow out their grandmother, okay, or blow her throat out, that old throat, they get mad at you. Them grannies over there, they gobblers, because they was gobblers when they were young. But they don't want you to fool with nobody. They just want you to be miserable like they are. These old loose women over there in America. The average American woman's had between 11 and 13 relationships. Nobody want that. An elephant pussy. He said, I don't understand at all why we try to stop people from invading other countries and then we go and do the same. It's called hypocrisy. That's what it's called. Hey, Isaiah Allen, he says, hey, Cal, do you know that you are slowly blowing up in the black content creator space? At least 3 prominent and a few random content creators have spoken on you and your content in a positive light. Man, I appreciate it, man. But you've been following me, man. I'm not going to change. I'm just being myself. That maybe they just finding us over here. Yeah, they want us to. They get mad if you nut up inside Granny. Granny pull out them yoga pants again and them Daisy Dukes. They get mad at you. They don't want you to do nothing. Yeah, they don't want you to do nothing, man. You're just supposed to be miserable like them. But yeah, the minute you decide I want something better, man, I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna see what else is out here for me. Because if you've never read that book, Damn with Zero, it's really a good book. And a lot of men have said enough is enough, man. I don't want to be in that senior citizen warehouse any longer. I see Sunshine Shoulders over there. I want me a young woman. Hell, I got the money, I got the time. I'm getting a divorce from this old lady over here. We ain't doing nothing anyway. And I'm sick of the factory. The boss is always on my back. I'm older than my boss. Yeah, but because they don't want you to have nothing. You can never satisfy them. You take out them old dentures, man, you go pumping that damn throat out, and then they get mad at you for that. That's real talk, man. That's real talk right there. Hey, Rashard, what's up, man? Thanks for that super chat. He said, Unc, they won't let me renew my membership. Anyway, Granny's throat goes for younger men like me. Please believe they desperate. Yeah. But we want something different. They said, well, hell, I see Gio over there. Let me go over there. Because we trying to spend our money now. We want to enjoy the fruits of our hard work and labor now while we're alive. We don't want to die and leave it with somebody else to waste it. Do it now. They're going to call you a trick, okay? It don't matter. No matter what you do, they're going to talk about you. So if you want to take that money and come somewhere like Thailand, the Philippines, Brazil, somewhere like that, and trick it off with a young hottie, okay, and live out some of your wildest dreams and fantasies, so be it. Okay? I'm tired of people pocket watching. Me? The guy was on here the other day talking about, do you get any more income than YouTube? That's the classic pocket watcher. But that's what they want, man. They don't want you to be happy. No matter what you do, it's not enough. I just say, spend your time. Time is too valuable to be spent walking around watching what somebody else is doing. But if that's what you want to do, let's look at what the experts say. That's what I'm saying. We want to deep dive in here, right? But see, he says, if you want to come and beat cheeks without MF dancing all in your videos, come to Sunshine Shows, yeah. But when you turn Granny out, they get mad at you. Here come the kids. And in some cases, she got grown-ass grandkids. They want to fight you. But they said, because we're talking about tricking. See, a lot of guys watching this don't know what tricking is. But it's associated with men. And this is what the experts say. They said it's a term often associated with transactional relationships where a man, it doesn't say a woman, it says, even though women trick too, where a man provides financial support or gifts to a woman in exchange for companionship, intimacy, or sexual favors. Well, hell, we all tricks then. We all tricks. But hell, if you want to come over here and do some fine dining and, take the woman out to The Boys to Men concert, because Boys to Men comes over all the time. Babyface. Who else comes over here a lot? Well, you know what I'm saying. You want to take her to the beach, maybe buy a phone or something, to get in them guts. Go ahead. I ain't going to talk about you. But a lot of relationships over here, they said it's a transactional nature. A lot of relationships is generally understood to be based on mutual benefit rather than traditional romance. Isn't that us over here? But boy, is it good. Yeah, it's good. He said, I'm surprised Gio went to Kenya. I wasn't expecting that. I don't see why it shocks you. Remember, it's in the top 10. I love meatloaf and gravy. It's in the top 10. It's number 8. They got more freakazoids over there than the Philippines. They're top of the Philippines. They're at 8. Philippines is 10. No, 9. I don't know who comes up with these lists and how they even decide who is who. He said, if you're spending money on a woman, she should be spending money on you. Well, it's transactional. She don't have any money. But we're just saying, going forward, because I give y'all a lot of stories, a lot of horror stories. It's not to knock men. It's just so to let you know what's going on over here. So you don't fall into the trap. The oldest trick in the book over here is to try to convince you that you're in a normal relationship. These relationships aren't normal, man. Like you said, it's generally understood to be based on mutual benefit. That's why they work. That's why they stay together. I've been over here almost 17 years. In April will be 17 years. And I don't knock them, but it's still, I'm still not used to seeing it, man, like that. I see it all the time, but I mean, every time I see it, it's still kind of cringy to me. Not that I'm knocking them, because I'm right there with them. But I don't know if I ever get used to seeing that. But they'll try to convince you that it's really love and everything like that. Hey, Rashard, thanks for that super chat. He said, Brian McKnight's married to a Panay. Yeah, absolutely he is. Well, now, hold on, man. Are you a trisexual? Are you a jellyback, man? Did we let somebody in here by mistake? We're all the definition of tricking. If you're looking at the definition, Sports Talk with Cazuel, it says transactional relationships where a man provides financial support or gifts to a woman in exchange for companionship, intimacy, or sexual favors. You may not be doing it for companionship if you're still young and active. You may be doing it for the sex. But to come on here and try to knock people for that, it beats being lonely. It beats beating yourself unconscious, which they want you to do that. They got groups now. It's something else. Semen retention and all that, and you'll see it on Facebook. They'll be calling, come on over, and then the man, he'll be asleep in the bed, and you'll see the petroleum jelly and the wash rag right there. He done went to sleep. Like, I don't need you now. But it's crazy, guys. Don't let them guys talk you out of your fourth quarter, man, because they'll do it. Because what they'll do is try to push them morals and values on you. They're deacon clap cheeks. They doing it in the dark. The only difference is you're not doing it in the dark. They want you to think, oh, yeah, there's something wrong with you. My father was, when I was 16, was when I really knew my father was tricking. That's when I saw it up close. And the woman was married. So let's see, I went there in 1979. So that would have made I was 16. So that would have made my father, how old was my father? That would have made him in his 40s. And the woman's like in her 20s. But she was married. The husband knew, and, the husband knew that his wife was fooling with my father because my father was paying good. He had a good job. But, they want you to live their life. Yeah, thank you, Raymond, and all this stuff. They want to be judgmental on you. I don't know. Are they serious, or are they just making videos? They couldn't be serious. They need to find time. Find something better to do with their time than following some man around worrying about. They really worried about that. And men are getting tired of it. Like, dude, I'm old enough to be your father. Show me some respect. What's up, Sam? He said, I admit it. I'm an OG trick, and I know it. After 43 years with one company, giving away $2.5 million houses, and my 50%, I'm proud to be here in the Philippines, tricking, happy, and satisfied. Yeah, it ain't tricking if you got it. It's a lot of men who can't afford to be over here and in these places. So those are the ones who are angry with you. Because you got the money, see? They playing the shame game. They're going to try to shame you. No, it's not a manipulation to gain money. It's a transactional relationship. It's of mutual benefit. And remember, if they can't get to you, they're going to get to the woman, Laura. And Happy New Year, Laura. The man pays the woman. Money, gifts, fine dining, entertainment, whatever it is, for companionship, sex or intimacy. These are grown people. We're not taking advantage of anybody. It's mutually agreeable. It's consensual. She needs her rent paid. Okay, and you need to empty your sack. That's bottom line. But they've been reading the Bible and all of that stuff. Yeah, like a sugar daddy. Excuse me. Yeah, half of them don't have passports. That's really all it is, Laura. They're sugar daddies. We're sugar daddies. But we're happy about it. But we don't need anybody, all on our backs who ain't even been anywhere. They ain't even lived long enough to try to tell me anything. I paid my dues. It's the same thing. It's tricking, but they just associate it with a man. We've come to the point now, Laura, where we saying we're down with nothing. We're going to spend this money while we're alive. We're going to enjoy the money now. And who would you rather give your money to? A damn piece over here or in Colombia somewhere? Or one of them old Sallies over there? Dry as a bone. These women are dry as a bone over there. Hey, Roderick Lee, thanks for that super chat. He says it's okay to spend thousands a month paying all the bills but not be able to send on getting off at will. I don't understand what you're saying. Is it okay to spend thousands a month paying all the bills but not be able to send on getting off at will? Explain that to me again, man. Thank you for that super chat. He said 100% facts. Thanks for the super chat, FW. He says, I'm in a 5-year wait till I can retire at 55 with full pension. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, women are called a cougar. Yeah, sugar mama. What's up, Richie? Richie said you can call it whatever you want, but you are to judge people if both are happy. But who are you to judge people if both are happy in their relationship? Sports talk with Casual. That's what I'm saying. We're not taking advantage of anybody. See, they want to make you think you're exploiting women over here. And they've never been to the Philippines or Thailand or all these places. Or they're saying she's exploiting you. It is no exploitation. I told y'all a long time ago, we're all Bill Withers over here. If that's what you call using me, then use me up. Because I'm sure using you to do the things you do to me. Let's just have a good time about it. Okay? But these trisexuals and delusional women over in America, they need to step off, man. We're not taking it anymore. I see more and more men making videos pushing back like, mind your own damn business. Remember, rule number 1 works all around the world. Shut the fuck up and mind your own business. Okay? Because if I come over there, I'm getting with Granny. Then you're going to be mad at me for that. It is a two-way street, man. What do you think we're talking about? You think we coming over here raping people? Yeah, some people are used over here. But the majority of us, man, it's mutually beneficial. She's giving you what you want. You're giving her what she wants. It's not a real relationship for real. They're going to try to convince you of that. Don't fall for that. That's the oldest trick in the book. Yeah, elephant pussy. Won't, and if they do, will complain the whole time. Yeah. You sitting there, you sweating, you huffing and puffing, you ain't feeling nothing. There is no walls. The walls came crumbling down a long time ago. She's sitting there looking at her wall. What time? Are you finished yet? Yeah, I ain't even stuck it in yet, lady. I'm trying to find it with your fat ass. But if you got enough money to travel somewhere, and you ain't got to travel. I call, 1-800-BOOTY. And then do a mutually benefit transaction. They on your case. I don't care. Yeah. You got money, she got honey. We all know that's why people can relate when you talk about stuff like this. People ain't caring what you say anyway. It's like you in the parking lot at the casino. People are running past you. You telling them, man, don't go in there, you're going to lose or whatever it is. They ain't listening to you. And you don't see Big Shirley and Big Susie and Big Martha. They're not at the airport, man. People really don't care. It just gives them a topic. You're just a topic of discussion. Oh, he's an old fool. Well, I'm a happy old fool. He said, yeah, stay away from my granny. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what am I supposed to do, Blizzard? I'm going up in granny. Yeah, you might get home and the damn dentures are still strapped to your balls. You be like, damn, I got to go all the way back over there and give her back her dentures. He said, let's be clear, there's a big difference between sugar daddy and tricking. Sugar daddy pays a house card. No, tricking is only for services. No, it says right here, it encompasses all of that. Both of them. They're two separate things. It says, okay, right here. This is the experts are saying. They're saying the arrangement can take various forms, but it typically involves the following elements. Monetary exchange, like what you're talking about right here, tricking. It says the man spends money on the woman with the expectation of a romantic or sexual connection. And then the other one, the sugar daddy, it's all the same. He's in the relationship. He's paying the bills every month. He's like set it off when the man shows up to Jada Pinkett so many times a month, and she's, But here it's just a little different. It's mutually agreeable. Hell, their smile as big as yours. He said, thanks for saying Big Laura. Well, you would be considered Big Susie, Laura. Because BBWs. Ain't nothing wrong with BBWs. A lot of guys like them BBWs over there. Hey, Roger, thanks for that super chat. He said I was saying paying all the bills because of being a man is okay, but paying and getting when we want some is a problem. Yeah, see, this is the crazy thing that drives a lot of us insane when we're saying, dude, you're doing the same thing. Why is it okay for me to pay all the bills just because, okay, I got a piece of paper that says she's my wife? There's no difference. You still tricking. Yeah, I don't want it either. That big old sloppy thing. How many children that came out of it in a time when they wasn't sewing up pussies back in the 50s? The baby just came out and that was it. Your mother went home the next day.
Daddy.
Your father had to deal with it. What?
What do you want for chicken? Adobo
yeah, give me adobo today. That's what it was. Let's be honest, D-Styles. I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings, but y'all know back in the 50s, they wasn't sewing up no pussies, man. She dropped that damn baby and that was the end of it. She was home the next day. Wasn't no 3 days in the hospital and all that stuff. And hell, a lot of times they was having them at home. So then now, here it is all those years later. You go to get intimate with granny, hell, ain't nothing there. Ain't nothing there, man. Some of these young women is like that. They have these midwives and stuff. They ain't getting nothing sold up. You fall off up in there. Yeah, adobo, yeah. Everybody here is sick, man. I might have to leave for a few days. The two other daughters got chicken pox. One went back to college yesterday. And Marilyn claims she might have it. And see, I can't do it. Oh, wait. I meant to do this. He said the dating scene in Western countries is all slanted in women's favor. In other countries, it's more even. Yeah, well, they're more open-minded. See, as Americans, we think that we're the end all when it comes to everything. We're on top of everything. We're really conservative. A naked body still intimidates Americans. We're nothing for real. He said American dating sites, well, they all are, really. He said American dating sites are made to take advantage of men. Because a lot of the dating sites over here, you guys may not know it, but they've got a foreigner somewhere involved. He's either the husband or boyfriend or something. Certainly Cherry Blossom. Because see, a lot of these dating sites over here used to be mail order bride magazines and newspapers. The Cherry Blossom was one. But when they just think that American women are the standard. And you less than if you date anybody other than an American woman, man. That was back in the 20s and 30s, man. It's crazy. So the minute you decide to spread your wings and, and spread some legs somewhere else, they on your case, man. Knowing good and well he's doing the same thing in the dark. He said, ain't nothing like a thick chick, though, OG. More cushion for the pushing. No one wants a skeleton. Well, thick and big is two different things, man. But somebody over there is screwing them sloppy-ass women over there. It's a bunch of sloppy-ass women over there. Because I know when I went home, my ex-American wife, she's just got just too big. She's huge. And she's sitting there talking to somebody. I'm in there. Because she was in the front. And my room's in the back. I come through the kitchen, to get something to drink. And I hear her talking. I'm like, yeah, somebody's pushing that cushion over there. It ain't me. He said, paying all the bills or some of the bills and still not getting unrestricted access is the norm in America. See, this is what I'm saying. Misery loves company. They miserable. They really only get, a man wants it 30 days a month. A woman only wants it 7 days. That's the norm in America. So for the other 23 days, you either tricking or you beating yourself, either one, whichever one. And then you got that old ashamed look on your face. You can't even look yourself in the mirror because you know all the shit you was imagining while you was doing it. Then you going in there and washing your hands. You're not even looking at yourself. He said the real winners are the Pookie Ray Ray jobless type dudes that they get it for free. Well, who are they getting it from? He said, Cal going to go to Baraka where everyone is sick. But I'm getting a headache, man. I hope I don't get it. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. I'm living now. I mean, whose standards you want me to live up to? You're not even living up to your own standards. All these tough guys out here and all these coaches and, all these red pill guys, man, they're not living up to those standards, man. They got some old fat woman at home, that they're still begging and all that. We said we're through begging. We're going to let our money do our talking for us if that's the case. You got to pay anyway. Hey, what's up? He said, man, supposed to have the bankroll. That's why I said it ain't tricking if you got it. Pookie and Ray Ray ain't over here, though, because they don't have the money. Because you ain't getting nothing free over here. Yeah, American woman. Yeah, he said, LOL, most dating sites are patterned after American dating sites, though. Yeah, Dating Asia. Yeah, they all are. They've got some type of Western people behind that because we're the majority of the customers. There's very few. The foreigners are the ones who are the paying customers. Now, Dating Asia is different because it's 100% completely free. I don't know how they're earning their money. I guess advertising on the site, but it's 100% free. But you have to have an IP address over here in Asia. So if you're an American, you got a VPN, you set it for Asia. And you get a 100% free. I'm talking about you don't pay nothing. There is no $9.99, $29.99. And the same women on there are the same women on Christian Philippine and all that. He said, thanks for that super chat. confident voice speaks. He said, Cal, them being sick is an opportunity to give you a break and head out for a week or two. Yeah, I'm going to have to, man, because something's going on with me right now as I speak. My head is hurting, and I'm thinking that I hope I'm not coming down with it, man. But anyway, I'm sleeping in the guest house tonight. I can't afford to get sick like that. Kyle said they're blocking data center IPs now. I got to have a residential. Yeah, it's good to know, but I would. It's going down. You know, I was low on my potassium, so I've got my potassium. Of course, I'm back doing my cardio. I haven't had any fast food since we've been back. I feel a whole lot better. Oh, absolutely. He says, you know, some women work for these dating sites. Absolutely, they do. I told y'all this before. Okay, you got to be careful what you're sharing on these dating sites. The very first woman that I really got serious with over here, the 41-year-old woman, I met on Cebuana.com. Come to find out, her daughter-in-law, her son's wife, worked there. So she was telling her all the women that I was chatting with. I was shocked when she said, if you go down there to Mindanao, they're going to salvage you. I'm like, well, how you know I'm going to Mindanao? I know you chatting with that young girl. And I'm like, well, damn. That's crazy. Yeah, when women work for them. Hey, FW, thanks for that super chat. He said, my 5-year wait for retirement can't come soon enough. I'm in Los Angeles and don't have an issue meeting women, but why stay here when I can go there soon and live the rest of my life out the way I want, within reason, of course. Yeah, we're not talking about coming over here being a fool. We're saying stretch that money out for the rest of your life. But don't sit there on your thumbs at home on the couch. See, we are inspiring men to get out here because we're no different than anybody else. There's guys who still have plenty of life in them, but they've been dumbed down by that system over there. They've been shamed. Okay, they're falling for the okie doke, man. You know, the women, Western women are the standard. Oh, you going over there, you a trick. They'll even call you an international trick. And you see the people who are saying it, who are calling you that. I'm like, so you tell me that you're getting dime pieces in your country? You're lying. You're not. Hey, thanks, FW, for the super chat. He said, thanks for keeping those of us who want to come informed and speaking the truth. Yeah, this is 2026. Going forward, man, we're not taking bullshit from people. Stop following us around. You got your own life to live. We're going to do it anyway. If you want to come to the airport and act the damn fool, come on. Yeah, but we're just saying that that's part of it. No, it's not all about. I'll be the first one to tell you don't do that. But we're saying we want to spread our wings. We want to get away from these old salaries, from the factory. Some of y'all are afraid to retire. You don't know nothing else but your job. Some of y'all are hidden in these senior high rises. I know because I worked in them as an insurance agent. My customers live there. You walk down them hallways as quiet as you could hear a pin drop. People are behind those doors, man. They never come out. So then they cut on YouTube and they see me over here.
How much your
What?
money in Gcash?
I sent you that load, honey. I probably got 50. Why?
No, the consultation on
For who?
doctor. No.
Your head's hurting?
No, I got a fever.
My head is hurting for some reason.
I already have a prescription.
Yeah, well, I say this all the time, Perk. He said, Cal, look down. Tell me how much money in your right pocket or left pocket as well. Zero, but see, I know how much money I got in the bank, but I don't know how much time I got left. Everybody watching this knows how much money they've got in the bank. You check it every day, you should, but how much time you got left? You don't know. So they're saying, let me have some of this action. You know, let me get out there and let the chips fall where they may. I cheated on my taxes last year. Jesus ain't gonna hold, if he gonna hold that against me, a sin is a sin if you listen to these deacon clap cheeks out here. So you might as well throat some woman out. You don't know what you're missing, man. And she's happy. Because now the bills is paid. Old sack of rice goes a long way over some of these places, man. But we're afraid of the judgment. That's what we're so afraid of, people. They're talking about you anyway. You ain't got to do nothing. They're going to be talking about you. This is the year that you break free. This is what I'm trying to get, guys, just to break free, man. When I left for good in 2018, man, I got attacked. That's why I made the video. If you come over here, they're going to attack you. They're going to throw everything but the kitchen sink at you to try to get you to stay over there with them. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You're taking advantage of those women over there, not realizing it's just mutually beneficial. You weak for going over there. You can't get a woman over here and all that. Try to hook you up with their friends and stuff. I don't want no women over there, man. Even though we've got so much in common, I don't want a woman over there. Because it's not enough degrees of separation for me. I either know their family or their ex. Or maybe I used to hang out with the brother of the ex. It's too close. I already know. I don't want that. And what I don't know won't hurt me. Some of you people are just desperate, man. Some of you are miserable. So you want everybody to be miserable. Don't go over there. He said, how can you explain the difference between a sugar daddy and a fool? It's just people's opinion. See, because they think we're fools. Blizzard Broad, but here's the difference. A sugar daddy is not going to give away his life savings. He's going to make sure he got enough money so he can keep sugaring. So he can continue to be the sugar daddy. Only a fool gives away all his money and has to go back home broke. And he's really ridiculed. These are the guys they're talking about. But they think we're all fools. They lump us all in the same basket. But yeah, that's the difference as far as I'm concerned. Sugar daddies are smart. Okay, that's why he comes to a place like Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, and the Philippines. Because he knows his money going to go further. You know, paying the rent and paying the bills and everything over here is not a whole lot. You know, imagine you give a woman 20 pesos to go get a blouse at the okay. How much is she going to buy a blouse for in America at 21? What's the name of that shop women used to go to all the time at the mall? 21? But yeah, you know, a fool is just a fool. It's nothing you can't help a fool. And those are the guys who send all their money over here before they even, you know, before it's mutually beneficial. This is what I tell y'all about these long distance relationships. They're not mutually beneficial. So why enter into them? That's a fool to be involved with a woman 8,000 miles away thinking it's a real relationship. That's the oldest trick in the book. They'll convince you that it's real. It's not. I know you check them. He said, hell, I check my accounts daily. Bitcoin appears to be back on the rise again. But you don't know how much time you got left. Every day I get up, man, I just say thank you, man. I just put it out there in the universe. I'm grateful because I don't know how I got here. I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I don't even know why I'm here. The guy says we hit the cosmic lottery, which we did. So we come up with religion and all that stuff. We try to understand, it's just the human mind. We try to figure it out. We want to know that we're going somewhere when we die, when all evidence says you're going to the ground. And the bed, and the groundhog is going to get you. That's what the evidence says. So you might as well live now. Live until you die. What's wrong with that? They're going to talk about you, man. Yeah, they're going to talk about you. No matter what. Good or bad. If you're doing good, they hating on you. If you're doing bad, they putting you down. And even if you're somewhere in between, they're always going to be talking about you. They really want to do, they're afraid to do what you're doing. That's really what it boils down to. So you see these guys online, it's always, they ain't alive, they're on the live, right? And then they'll have the video over here of who they're talking about. But that's not enough. They include everybody in their little analogy. They don't distinguish between the Floyd Wallace and you. In their eyes, you're Floyd Wallace. So you're a trick. I've been called worse. I've been called worse than a damn trick. I sure have. He said, well said, Sunshine Shoulders. Came out swinging in 2026 after the jealous haterade wine drinking brokies. Yeah. We're tired of it, man. We ain't going to take it no more. Yeah, there it is. Forever 21. While they're talking over here, we're over here. While they're talking over there, we're having the time of our life over here. Okay. What's that? What do you need?
Medicine.
Yeah. What kind of medicine you getting? What's that right there that I found up there? What's those 2 pills there? Is that for headache? See them 2 blue pills and green? Yeah, see, that's a fool. A fool won't even try to hold on to none of his. He gonna give it all away. See, we're not fools. And when I say it ain't tricking if you got it, I'm talking about the intelligent men, the responsible men who are spreading our wings, man. We leaving that everyday routine. They want you to die on the assembly line with them. That's why they get mad. They know, okay, what's today? Monday? It's Sunday night over there. They know good and damn well they got to punch that clock in the morning. They know I ain't punching nothing. Now, you know what I'm going to be punching? The monkey is what I'm going to be punching. They punching the clock. And they don't like that. They get ready to go bed now. They know they better get up. And it's cold over there in most places. Instead of them saying, okay, man, I want to aspire to get off this hamster wheel and be able to live my life the way I want to live it. See, you don't even control your own life. Your job controls it. You can't quit your job. Everything's going to fall. Your whole structure is going to fall down on your head if you quit your job. That old 100 month. Yeah, I was reading where they're stretching out car notes now to 100 months. Man, y'all crazy over there. Meanwhile, I don't even have a car over here. I don't even need one. That's freedom right there. One guy because I've been getting into these videos. They're interesting. Where they go to these car lots and they see people buying these cars, man. And the guy was paying. He had a Mercedes-Benz AMG. He's paying $2,400 a month for the damn thing, $400 insurance, and now he's tired of it. But he's upside down in it. I'm like, $2,400 a month? People are crazy. Hey, Cos, thanks for that super chat. He said, Cal, the camera will be delivered to you soon. Keep an eye out. Okay, thanks, man. Usually what they'll do is they'll message me, man. I appreciate you too, man. Cos the real one up there, man. He's one of those guys, he's behind the scenes, though. He could come on here and share some stuff about working remotely and all that stuff, right? And the life that you can really live overseas. He's not retired. He's 43 or 44 or something like that. But he's living the life up in Manila. But yeah, thank you, man. But yeah, a fool is gonna spend all his. He ain't gonna have nothing left. But it's jealousy, man. They know they gotta punch their car. It's just a terrible feeling, man. Especially the New Year's over. You've been off from work for about 4 or 5 days. You're in that comfortable bed and the damn alarm clock goes off. You're like, here we go again. And you go in there and everything's okay. You're in the break room drinking coffee or whatever. Then all of a sudden the bell, that damn whistle goes off. And you got to go to your station. Whatever it is you're doing. Hacking shit. Screwing shit in. Whatever it is for the whole damn day. You work from 7 to 9. Then you get a 10-minute break. Those days are over, man. We did that. Don't get mad at us. I did all that before. I paid my dues. Then you get a 30-minute lunch. Then you back at it at 12:30. At 2:30 you get another break. And you out of there at 4. And you do that from Monday through Friday. Then, if the business is good, they hit you with a Saturday every now and then. And you do that for years. You don't even see a way out. Then you turn on YouTube and you see these guys, they living their life. And instead of you trying to get on board with them, you hating. You a trick. You damn right I'm a trick. I'm a happy trick. Now, I got blown down today. He said, I'm not punching the clock either. Yeah. But yeah, I hope Merlin feels better, man, because I'm starting to feel funny, man. I gotta have my monkey back. But where you going? You taking Sophia with you, hon? Are you taking Sophia with you?
No. Online.
Okay, he's 45. Okay, you're 45. He said, yeah, I definitely need info on the remote work because you and him about the same age. But Kai's guys together, he's one of them tech guys too. Hell, he's 45. His woman's 23. Even the people here try to hate on him. But what are you doing with her? What do you mean, what are you doing with her? Are you stupid? You tricking. He said, show some love, guys. Get the thumbs up. Man, sticks and stones may break my bones. But words ain't never hurt me, man. He said, man, I got to get up at 5 a.m. and go punch that clock. I'm not hating, though. I salute y'all, brothers. Yeah, see, you're different, though. You cut from a different cloth. You've already joined the game. If you can't beat us, join us. You be traveling, man, and sharing your experiences with everybody. They mad as hell. I got to get off this damn live stream and go to bed. He said anything you said. Everything you said is me right now. No lies detected. It's funny, man, but at least, man, I hope that you got some type of game plan. He said, I'll say this, if you're interested in remote work, it's out there. If they don't allow you to work outside the US, there's ways around that. He said, Big Cal, you still buying something by the beach? Are you moving? Now I'm gonna rent me something, man. As a matter of fact, it's gonna come up in the next couple of days, when I see if I'm gonna get through this, something's coming over me right now. But we're going to Boracay. I don't know now. Maryland's sick. I believe Maryland might have chicken pox. So that means I'm going to have it because I'm going to be all up in the guts or throat or something. And you know that chicken pox is contagious. I ought to have a double dose of chicken pox by now. He said, not me, brother. My lunch is 2 hours long. It don't matter. When you get off that lunch break, you tired. Them last few hours it seems like a week. And then the boss is walking around looking at you and everything. And you be like, man, when I get home, I'm going straight to bed. Doing good and down well, you ain't going to bed when you get home. You start waking up when it's time to get off. I used to be sleeping. I used to be nodding in traffic going home, man. The minute I get home, I'm wide awake. But yeah, man, they coming for you, man. But now it's like we don't care anymore. But let's go down here, because it says, okay, because I looked it up. I said, what's the saying? It ain't tricking if you got it. Okay, they're saying it's to suggest that spending money on someone, especially in a transactional or romantic context, is not considered, exploitation or inappropriate if the spender is financially well off or you got enough money to do it. See? And you're going to spend the money anyway. Would you rather buy a carton of Newports? Come over here and take the woman out to dinner. He said, tell him, Cal, I'm paying for mine. Trick. Yeah, he's working. Richie Rich is working online. That must be the life, though, man. If Richie Rich lives in that condominium, he's looking out over the city, probably online. Yeah, I wouldn't mind working like that. But y'all know what we're talking about in these factories and different things, man. It's even worse in the office because I'm a clock watcher. I'll be watching the clock every 5 minutes. I'll be watching the clock every 5 minutes, man. The day goes by slow. Because I used to work I was the manager of a car insurance company in southern Indiana. I couldn't do it, man. I don't know. I think I worked there about 6 months or something. Because it was a new franchise, and what you were supposed to do was come in, build, they're going to pay you a set salary, and then once you build it up to a certain amount, you start getting some percentage of the sales. I couldn't do it, man, because the clock is right there in front of me. Yeah, but here's the thing. It don't matter. It all feels the same to me, darling May, whether she loves me or not. Yeah, he said envy's a hell of a drug. Yeah, college is winning, man. He got a 23 3-year-old man that'll bend over backwards for him. But it's people over here to be trying to hate on him about that. Like he should be playing the field or whatever it is. This is how they come at you, man. Remember, no matter what you do, it's not enough. Okay, you could be in a committed relationship over here. Oh, well, why ain't you, you know, got a harem over there? Oh, you got a single mother. He said, Cal, you're not a trick. You're an OG sugar daddy. Yeah, I'm both of them. But I'm happy, man. He said, man, I'm about to be fantasy champion for 2 leagues. Oh, football? Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, the season's over. Well, now do they count the playoffs? I see where Shadua Sanders led that last drive down the field and kicked the field goal to win. He said, damn, you saying that out loud sounds crazy. You know, Marilyn knows me, man. Me and Marilyn, she knows. I mean, am I lying? I'm not lying. You know, like she gonna run over here and say, oh, he's lying. Marilyn knows that we got it good. We've got an understanding. He says, if I'm paying the bill, she on the team and I'm the coach. Yeah, I have a damn double dose of chicken pox. Oh, okay, yeah, but I don't want it, man. I really don't want it. I don't want to be sick. You know, I haven't been sick or anything over here. I haven't been in any trouble. I've had a great run over here, man. Yeah, man. See, I don't want that. Because, believe it or not, a lot of my clients used to get that damn shingles. He said, I'm sitting around bored. Yeah, them jobs, man, after a while, you already know what you're going to be doing anyway when you go on the job. Yeah, but these guys are trisexuals. They pussy watchers, dick watchers and pocket watchers. All at once. It's like, I wish I had that much time to be following people around and worrying about what somebody else is doing. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Cisco. It still feels the same. Okay, wake up at 5 in the morning with the wood. It ain't gonna matter if she loves you or not. Certainly she knows what she's doing. So they can call me a trick all they want. Just know that while you getting ready for work, I'm getting ready to blow it out. If you want to be a hater. Well, I don't even know. This is a good question, Juice. He said, what's their point? That men should not ever give money to a female companion? Where are these jellybacks that have it going on so tough? These are perfect men. You see them they're on YouTube. They're all over the place, man. Certainly with this Floyd Wallace thing, and even before that, when Jay Rello got in trouble. They're coming out. They never used to come across my screen. They come in for people hard, man, but they're not just talking about the person who's, who got in trouble. They including everybody in the mix. We're all tricks. Let them tell it. Remember I told y'all that that channel, what's it called? They're ignorant. They don't even know me. My channel is much more influential than theirs, but they were reacting off of O'Shea Duke Jackson's reaction of my video. They're reacting off of that. Don't know me, never met me, never took 5 seconds to look at my channel and videos and stuff like that. Man, they went off on me. Not that I care. Y'all know I don't care. But I'm like, because, all of a sudden I'm getting all this stuff. I see my face on the thumbnail. I'm like, what is this? Another hater? Yeah, but it started out okay. Until I said that in my heart of hearts, I believe my wife really wanted a white man. Okay. Now all of a sudden, oh, he's projecting. Because it happened to him. He's dealing with a little small numbers. They went in on me. And I'm like, you haters. Two old bald-headed black women with somebody else's hair stuck on their damn head. And two trisexuals. Single by choice is the name of it. I was like, man, this is what we dealing with. But it's not just them, it's a bunch of them. They're coming after Austin Holloman, Floyd Wallace, just anybody right now. See? And that's the crazy thing about it. They'll go off on you and don't even know you. You just fit into that narrative. They're going to make you fit into that narrative. So I'm like, well, I don't care. I don't care. I know what I'm doing. He says, the mother boy. Yeah, but this is our grandmothers, right? This is our grandmothers. We don't want nobody dealing with granny, man, okay? I'm going to tell you something. I ain't going to lie to you. This is before I came over here, so it had to be like 2016, 2017. I'm up early because I got an early appointment. I'm going to say 8 o'clock appointment. So I'm driving down the street. So I've got a sister. I'm 62. So she's 75. So if it would have been, let's say 8 years ago, she would have been 67. And I'm coming by her house, and her and some man is coming out. And, it's kind of shocked me. I was like, I didn't know my sister was still getting busy like that. It was about 7:30 in the morning. She didn't even see me. To this day, she doesn't even know that I saw her, because she got a house. She had a brand new house built. That's why she's still working. But I saw them come out. She was walking him to the van. They did the little peck and kept going. If her kids knew that, her grandkids knew that, they would be crazy, man. But this is the motherboard. Okay, y'all don't want that. Okay, if you ever see me over your grandmother's house, just know she's getting her backbone out. Okay, throat blown out. Every hole is sore. Okay, so you either get mad at me now. If you ever come back and be like, I know him, he looks familiar, that sunshine shows, yeah. And your grandmother's in there cooking me some grits and gravy and whatever it is they cook for you. I'm knocking her damn socks off. And y'all know y'all don't like that. Yeah. I don't get these, if you do it in good taste, I don't mind them reacting. But when they do it to hate on you, it's just too easy. It's too easy. But yeah, if you ever see Sunshine Shoulders, okay, over your granny's house, you know it's on. Because I'm busting up them guts, whatever guts she got left. They ain't gonna like you, man. They ain't gonna like you. And your mothers. You really don't like it if it's your mother. Now your father, you'll like it. You'll be like, yeah, look at father, he's a player. But your mother's got bubble guts. They said we're headed to Vietnam and Cambodia in 20 days. She's more excited than I am. Yeah, man, that's what it's really all about. Yeah, but I'm telling the truth, Jeffrey Tatter. I'm pretty sure you done beat up a few Japanese grandmothers over there. It's just strange to see. I told y'all when I was 10 years old, and it's still vivid in my memory now. I walked in on my mother and stepfather. They didn't know it. They're both deceased, but they never knew it. He's huffing and puffing and sweating. And I mean, it was dark, and I got right up because I was like, "What is that?" I got right up on him, man. I mean, I was as close to this computer but they both had their eyes closed, so they never saw me. And of course, he's concentrating, and then I don't know what she's doing, but it kind of, to be honest with you, it kind of traumatized me. But they were like, older, so they had the covers pulled all the way. He had the covers pulled all the way up to here. I'm like, dude, you ain't doing nothing. What are you doing with the covers covered up? I'm like, you ain't doing nothing, man. Ain't no way I could do that. I got to get all the covers back. Yeah, I believe I got it. He said even the grannies will play your hair. Be careful. Yeah, I know you in Chicago, man. I thought Chicago was gonna pull that out today. I did. Hey, thanks for that super chat, man. He said, Sunshine Shoulders, you a real brother, man. I appreciate that top notch rocker. We're just having fun for real, but at the same time telling the truth. Yeah, I got PTSD behind. I was traumatized behind that. You know, uh, because he's sitting there, man. He's going to town. Yeah, it's everything's back. Even the pillows. Her head's got to be flat on the damn. Because I don't want to hurt her neck. Because I'm taking the legs all the way forward. So the pillows is over there. Her head is on the mattress. There ain't no playing around. Yeah, but it's strange, and I think that's what it is. These guys know that, you might be over there with Granny. He said the first thing I do is kick them covers off. Yeah, too restricted. But he had them all the way up to his damn shoulders. I'm like, dude, you ain't doing nothing. But he was from Virginia, and I'm not, and it has nothing to do with me. I'm from Virginia, but you gotta realize he would be. Let's see, he died in 1989. Hell, that was 36 years ago. So yeah, he would be close to 90 years old. So he's way back. Man, I thought they were gonna do it again today. I love watching the Bears because they so fickle. Sports is so fickle. They were talking about that. Caleb Williams was a bust, and now he's one of the top quarterbacks in the league. Man, the guy is a magician. No, he ain't doing nothing, man. That kind of, years later when I thought about it, kind of gave me, a little relief. Like he wasn't, it ain't like he was in there and just beating my mother up and she's making all kind of noises and stuff. But remember, my mother was born in 1931, so our children was dropping out of her back in the 50s and 60s. They wasn't sewing nobody up, so more than likely my mother had an elephant pussy. I don't really know. What?
Can I have a yogurt?
Yeah, if it's still good, check the date on it. Check the date on that. He says, TJ, I have Pixel. What does he say? I have. Are you saying you have two Pixel 9A's for sale? My girlfriend doesn't like any phone except Google Pixel. She's spoiled. You can get them cheap in the U.S. Okay, two Google Pixels. He said, Cal then had the MILFs. Step your game up and try the gifts. What's the gifts? No, but really, I'm pretty sure, because, back in the day, look it up if you don't believe me. Huh? Let me see it. What the date is on that. I hate to have been growing up in them days. Oh, yeah, the Bears is the real deal. Okay, he had the covers on. Ain't no way out, but I'm just glad that I didn't see Let me see. No, it's no good. Throw it away. It's December 31st. Where's your mother? In there? Huh? Who's in there? Yeah, just in case. Yeah. But imagine how traumatized I would have been if that would have been me in there on somebody's mama. That's why we lock that door, because these kids will be traumatized if they come in here and see what I'm doing to their mama. They hate me forever. But sometimes it's crazy when we be traveling. You be in a hotel, you got two beds. When it comes, man. It ain't no, we try to wait until we think they sleep. Because over here, if you go up in the province and different places, the squatter areas and stuff, you'd be like, well, how in the world are they having children when they're all sleeping on the same little area in the same room? That would have traumatized me if I'd have woke up and heard my mother and father doing something. He said, Cal knows what he's talking about. No, I'm just saying. I think he was from Gretna, Virginia. Yeah, he's from Gretna, Virginia. I ain't got nothing against guys from Virginia. My last duty station was Norfolk, Virginia. I used to go up to Virginia Beach. He said, "Yeah, I like Ving Rhames and Baby Boy. Yeah, they'll hate me if they really knew what I was doing in here. I mean, really. So when they talk about us tricking, man, just make sure you getting, you know, your tricking dollars worth." He said, "Yeah, you can't imagine that mess. God bless me from never knowing." Yeah, it was just something. Everybody, see, they had snuck back in the house because everybody was on the porch, and the house was like cut in half. Like the living room was over here, my mother's room was here, but she had like I don't know what it would be called today. I guess it was like a patio doors, but she could go out on the porch there. I'm thinking everybody's already, still outside. So I came and used the bathroom and went through my mother's room, and there they were. Uh, and I'm glad he's from the old school. That's all I'm saying. He said, "I unfortunately can't unsee what I saw as a boy over 45 years ago walking into my parents' room late one night trying to sneak and find hidden Christmas packages." Oh, man. I know everybody's got a story. Uh, but people don't want to tell that story, man. You know, because, when you growing up, and then it also, you're new, sex is new to you, and, and everything. And then it hits you that, yeah, this my mother and father are still doing that, probably. See, people can't fathom that their mother is probably, likes to suck dicks. That'd be crazy, right? If you knew your mother, that's really what she really liked. And that's the reason her and your father was together for all those years. Hey, Confident Voice Speaks. Thanks for that super, Jason. Stop doing that to mommy. No, they would be shocked, man. They would really be shocked. Because, once you go into that zone, you don't even know what you're doing. You be blowing out cheeks and everything. He said Ice Cube let it be known why he had his wife and his son had to hear about it. Well, everybody's got this story. I hope you don't have that story. But whenever they show these old women at the discos dancing and stuff, I'm like, what's the big deal? She was young once upon a time. They make a big deal. Like, look at her out there. She's really throwing that thing. Like she was 20 before. We just can't imagine it. We stuff that stuff way down inside of our subconscious mind. We don't want it to see the light of day, man. We don't even want to think about it. He said, I pray I'm still knocking that box out strong at 62. Man, because I kept putting it out there in the universe. But it's a lot of people like that. That's why when you see, a lot of times when you see these age gap videos, you'll see a real old man, like 81. I think the other day I saw, I believe, well, it was the other day it came across my screen, but the video is maybe a month or so old by Chad Foster. The man is 81 and the woman's 24, but you really don't see that. You really see men in their 50s, early 60s with women in their 20s and early 30s. Okay, they're probably thinking, see, over here a 62-year-old man is old. But I'm not old. They're probably, they getting the shock of their life. They're probably thinking, oh yeah, he's an old man. I ain't gonna have to do nothing now. Most of them is getting their backs blown out and everything else blown out. But because you have access to it for everything, because you're tricking, remember, it's mutual benefit, you got access to the three holes. Like the Girl Smart Philippines did a video on that. I didn't watch it. I know what she's talking about. So if one is sore, you just go to the next one and make that sore. And you keep going. Yeah, it certainly ain't tricking if you don't got it, because you ain't tricking. But it ain't tricking if you got it. And it's mutually beneficial. And you both agree. That's why I be telling women, be careful now. Just make sure that you let the woman know, okay, if you want this money, just let her know. Don't, we got to become more vocal now, because the unspoken agreement can get you used in a way, because she may not know anything about the unspoken agreement. Most of them do. But you got to say, okay, you want this $10,000, you know what it's going to cost you, don't you? And then maybe she won't ask you for it. No, we ain't doing nothing stupid like that. He said, yeah, nice here, but I know some nice spots there. 40 to 60 for a few years. Hopefully I can adjust again. Tired of the USA for now. I love the Philippines. There's just so many places you can go to, man. You can really be, it's really secluded. There's not a whole lot of people. But, when I made that video the other day, and I'm thinking to myself, when did we start worrying about how many people come to a place? And why are we concerned about it? It's like a badge of honor that Thailand has 21 million. Don't you know Thailand's tourism is way down further than the Philippines? The Philippines, the highest it's ever been is 8 million. Now it's at 5 million. 2019, Thailand had 39 million, almost 40 million. It's at 21 million now. But we don't care about that stuff, guys. This is what I'm saying. This is the same stupid argument as the infrastructure argument. Nobody's worrying about that crap, man. When you going to a place on vacation, if you are, man, you part of the problem. You don't be worrying about that kind of stuff unless you work for the tourism department. Why would that concern you? I don't get it. Go into that video and look at the comments, and you'll be like, dude, y'all crazy, man. You ain't never gonna make it over here. Those are guys who are never gonna make it. Armchair bros is what they call it. Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Hey, what's up, Confident Boy Speaks? He said, yeah, dude on 99 Day Fiance. Is it 90 Day Fiance? He said he never met his wife in person. Sent $500 a month. Now they met up 6 years later. Yeah, that's crazy. See, but you know, you gotta let it be known. Look, do you really want this money? Okay. Because I'm gonna tell you what I really want. Because you ain't got no business asking me for money like that. So don't be telling me I'm out of line. You out of line for asking me for 10,000 pesos. All you gonna do, you know, is burn it up. But y'all better be you better know who you accepting that money from. He said, yeah, infrastructure. Yeah, it's the same stupid argument, man. Okay. I never heard anybody say anything about the infrastructure. And they don't come here for the infrastructure. You know, the young lady made the video the other day, you know, putting the country down and talking about why people, CJ sent me the link, but it already came across my screen. And she said, beauty's not enough, right? But it is enough for some people. You can't speak for everybody. And then she's talking about why more people are coming to these other places and not coming to the Philippines. Now realizing that the Philippines has never been a juggernaut. Okay? The Philippines is what it is. And all that stuff that they talk about, even though it's true, it doesn't make a difference to people who are dead set on coming to the Philippines. They make it work. It's not like you're living in the 17th century over here, guys. It's not true. And yeah, you may save a few dollars going somewhere else. It's not that much of a difference. I guarantee you this, it's cheaper than where you coming from. And all the stuff they talking about, trust me, guys, it's not going to bother you when you're over here for 2 weeks. You're not even going to be concerned with that. It's not going to affect you. They make those videos for content. That's all. You're not concerned about that stuff. Why are you worried about why people aren't coming to the Philippines? Why would that concern you? Can y'all make that make sense to me? And they go through all the rigmarole, why this and why that, when all you got to do is go online and really look it up. They'll show you. They'll tell you why. Imagine the Chinese numbers went from 1.8 million in 2019 to 310,000 in 2024. We don't know what 2025 is. Probably less than that. And there's a reason for it. It's not because all the Philippines or Thailand is cheap. And no, man, they love the Philippines, okay? The South Koreans, they love the Philippines. Somebody said it in the comments. They said, it's like the United States DR. It is. They wasn't coming here. They didn't stop coming here because of the infrastructure and all that stuff. It had nothing to do with it. And one thing I forgot to tell you guys was the weather has a lot to do with it too. It's been a lot of inclement weather in the Philippines these last couple of years. A lot of people cancel their trips. You may be going somewhere. Imagine you were going to Bohol and we just had this typhoon. The one that I recorded. It was worse than Bohol. You're going to cancel all that. What happened? Where'd you go, huh? Did you get the medicine?
How much it cost them? 1 syrup, 1,000. Gosh.
What was it? The same for Booby that Booby had?
No. Different.
He said the infrastructure statements are just typical Western indoctrinated rhetoric. Excuse me. You can't win with those guys. They always have an answer. Excuse is the American way. It is, because when they start talking about these numbers, it's really getting ridiculous. I'm like, that's not my argument, man. I'm not concerned about that. And neither are you. You just want to argue. That's all I'm saying. South Koreans love the Philippines, man. That's why they flock over here more than anybody. Twice as many. At the peak, it was twice as many South Koreans coming over here as Americans. But we were spending more money. And then they'll move the goalposts. Well, 50% of that is Filipino American. It don't matter, man. So what, you going to break it down and tell me how many white Americans, how many black Americans and all that? I get it, but it's still classified. They've got an American passport. He's saying it was a survey. I'm like, dude, that's not a survey. Do you really think that the Philippines isn't monitoring who's coming into their country and how many and all of that? They have ways to find that out. They got actuaries over here. They're just not throwing those numbers out there like that. We spent twice as much as the South Koreans, even though twice as many of them visited the Philippines. 2023, they spent 16 billion pesos, 1.5 million visitors. The United States had 903,000. We spent 36 billion pesos. Okay, and we stay longer. Remember, y'all think I just be on here talking. This is before I went through that. I already know what the Philippines strategy is. We'll let you stay for 3 years. You're still a tourist. It's still going to go in our records as a tourist. But you're paying all these express lane fees, immigration fees, on top of you renting for 3 years. You're buying food for 3 years. You're taking transportation. And you're buying Wi-Fi. And all of that. Oh, yeah, but they've been coming to the Philippines way before then. He said, I've seen South Koreans coming to the Philippines way back since 2008. Man, they've been coming here. Chinese been coming here for thousands of years. So, however long, okay, remember it didn't used to be South Korea. Remember, history matters. It didn't used to be South Korea. It was just Korea. So you know they were coming over here. Hey, I love the Chinese. Say, yeah, sure, the Philippines has the Chamber of Commerce like any other country. But they think that the Philippines is so different than anybody else. He's really saying to me that you can't believe those numbers because they're just making them up. It's from a survey. Okay, if it is. But yeah, thank y'all, man. I'm getting ready to get off here. I really appreciate your super chat, super stickers, all your support, all your thumbs up for Sunshine Shoulders. I'm going to have to go to the gym, man, and try to work this off for me. I don't know what it is. But yeah, they calling us all tricks, man. But it ain't tricking if you got it, man. And certainly if you're enjoying yourself. You know, most of the guys, see, they're just talking about the people that they see anyway. They throw us all in one basket. The overwhelming majority of people, they never even see. This is what makes me mad. You don't even know who's over here. But you're talking about, because they love to use that word projecting. These young guys, right? You're projecting. You're generalizing. You only got, it's not even a handful of expats and visitors on YouTube. I wouldn't even consider it a handful. It's less than that compared to all the millions of people who come over here. But we're all tricks, they say. We're all immoral. We should stay home. Don't travel. We're only 4% of the population, Americans are. Most Americans don't even know that there's a world out here. He's talking about tunnel vision. You know, it's crazy, right? That's why they say, God bless America, right? They say that stuff. Because, you know, they've taken God as their own. America owns God. We're crazy, man, I tell you. But they're not gonna get in my head. They never was in my head. I'm just telling you, don't let them get in your head, because they'll stop you from enjoying the rest of your life. How much time you got left? We're all in the fourth quarter. Just like Pearl Graphic said, you know how much money you got in your pocket and in your bank account, but you don't know how much time you got left. You better live now while you can. Every day you get up, man, whether you punching the clock or you punching the pushy, you should say thank you. You should be grateful, man, because you don't know how you got here. You don't know how long you're going to be here. You don't even know why you're here for real. So take care, y'all.